What's up, guys? Today in this video I'm going to teach you the 10 things every newbie wholesaler should know before getting started in wholesaling. If you guys don't know who I am Jeremy Beeland, and I have successfully closed well over 400 off-market deals since I started my business in 2017, and I've built multiple seven-figure markets, and I've generated almost 8 figures in gross revenue. Mind blowing. I become an expert in off-market acquisitions. Didn't get there overnight, but that's who I am today, and I'm going to provide you some great insight in today's video. All right, number one, website, logo, business cards. You don't need them. Throw that shit out the window. You don't need it. Right? Listen, eventually you're going to need a website. Eventually you're going to need a logo. Eventually you're going to need business cards. But know what a lot of newbies do? They want to create the perfect logo. They want to have the perfect website. They want to have the perfect CRM. They want to have the perfect Facebook page. Well, although that may make you busy and feel like you're accomplishing stuff, you're not accomplishing anything that's going to create any money. Your goal getting started as a new wholesaler is to do things that are going to generate revenue. And that's talking to people, talking to as many sellers as possible. I don't want you worried about the website. Heck, your business name doesn't even matter. I mean, I would just call yourself, Mr. Local House Buyer. It really doesn't matter. People aren't going to buy or sell to you because of your name. They're not going to sell to you because of your fancy business card. They don't give a shit what your logo looks like, right? They don't care about your Facebook page. None of that stuff matters. All they really care about is, can you help them with their problem, right? They're a distressed seller. Can you provide value to them? So don't worry about websites, logos, business cards, any of that stuff, and none of it matters. Once you start doing a handful of deals, then you can start working on it. All right, number two, this is something that I do want you to spend some time on, especially in the beginning, is your contracts. Finding a local real estate attorney and a closing agency, whether it's a title agency or a closing attorney. These things are very important, okay? First, I highly suggest that you find a local real estate attorney that you can work with. This is going to be a big part of your team now and going forward. And then pay a few bucks for this local real estate attorney to create a purchase and sales agreement for you, create an LLC for you and do all the LLC formation paperwork that needs to get done, and create an assignment contract. Now, you want to work as a LLC to protect yourself personally, but it's also professional in doing that, right? You're a professional company. You're not going to be just a hustler anymore, right? So you have, I'm the local house buyer LLC. I don't care what the name is, but that, have the local attorney take care of that. Have them make sure that you're working with a very compliant purchase and sales agreement, because if it's wrong, you could fall out of a deal later on if it's not a valid contract, or you could be open up to some regulations and fines and trouble. You don't want to mess with any of that stuff, right? You're talking about a highly regulated industry called real estate, people's homes, people's lives. Don't mess around. Get good contracts, have them done the correct way. Use those contracts that are vetted by a real estate attorney. Don't get it off the internet, because I'm telling you, chances are it's going to come back to haunt you one way or another. And then, if you're in a state that works with attorneys, just make sure your real estate attorney is a good closing attorney and has experience working with wholesalers and can get deals done. If not, find another attorney that does, right? You can have two attorneys, one that closes your deals and one that protects you with paperwork. It doesn't matter. They can be the same or they can be different. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're in a title state, you need to go and find yourself a really good title company, a title company that is recommended by other investors and wholesalers in the area that has experience working with wholesalers. Not all title companies are created equal. Believe me, I found this out the hard way. If they're used to working with retail buyers, it's a completely different animal. When you're working with distressed sellers in these properties, a lot of them have a lot of title issues that need to get done. They have to actually navigate the complexities of working with these sellers in their homes and everything else, as well as working with buyers and the the challenges that come along behind the scenes that you don't know about with these types of transactions. So you really need to have a really good title company that can get these deals done for you and get them done quickly for you. It's really, really important. So those are some things that you must do when you're getting started out as a newbie wholesaler. All right, number 3. This is something you don't need to know, and that's analyzing rehab numbers. I don't care about analyzing rehab numbers. I know cash buyers get pissed off at wholesalers all the time because wholesalers are saying it only needs $30,000 of repairs and it literally needs 70. But that's okay. That's not your job. Your job is not to be a house flipper. Your job is not to be an expert at knowing how much it costs to replace a roof, or how much it costs to replace flooring, or how much it costs to replace a kitchen. That's not your job. Your job is to get really good at finding distressed sellers, providing value to those sellers, and putting these houses under contract for as low as possible. That's all you should be focusing on getting good at. Like literally the first couple years, few years, that's all you care about. Guys, on my deals, as we still market, I don't even put the ARV out there. I don't even put, I've done over 400 deals and I've never put a rehab number on it. Shit doesn't matter, guys. Let them do their own due diligence. If it's a deal, they'll come and tell you they want a deal. If it's not a deal, they'll come and tell you you suck and it's not a deal. And you can just take that feedback and go back to the seller and say, hey, this number doesn't work. We can either renegotiate or I have to cancel the contract because I can't move the property at this number, right? That's the worst case scenario. So just lock it up as low as possible. That's why we always use the hashtag lock it up. I don't want you to be an expert on analyzing rehab numbers. That stuff doesn't matter. Be an expert on what it takes to lock properties up as low as possible. Because let's face it, you don't know what the cash buyer is going to do you? Do you know if they're subcontracting all the work? Do they have their own team? Are they a one-man show? Do you know exactly what they want to do with the house? Are they going to flip it? Are they going to keep it as a rental? Do you know what kind of siding they want to put on it? Do you know what their vision is? Do you know what their costs are? Are they getting the stuff at Home Depot? Do they have another source where they can get it cheaper? Right? Is this somebody who's going to work at the house all year long and flip one house? Or is this a company that flips 10 houses a month? Right? All that information greatly changes the rehab numbers. But none of that's your problem. That shit don't matter to you because you're an expert at locking up houses as low as possible. So if they don't like your rehab numbers, tell them to go screw. If politely, of course. But literally, if they don't like the rehab numbers, that's fine. It's not your job to be an expert. Because if you have 50 people look at their house, I guarantee all 50 numbers are going to be completely different. So don't worry about getting bogged down with that. We don't want to get paralysis by analysis, trying to learn something that we aren't good at. Again, your job is to get as good as you possibly can, talking to sellers, finding distressed properties, providing solution to those sellers, and locking those houses up as low as possible. I, for number 4, think this is a must. Now, it was a must for me in my beginning success. It's been a must for me since, and it is today. And that's coaching. So many people want to try to just do this through YouTube University. Some people have success. Very few actually will succeed. Matter of fact, most wholesalers won't even make it the first year in the business. So you'll see people say, oh, just go on YouTube and there's all these free sources. That's great. That's great. They're giving you the ingredients to the recipe. But are they teaching you how to put that recipe together as quickly, efficiently, and cost effectively as possible? Are they teaching you the skills that you need to know to become better at talking to people, providing solutions to problems, getting properties under contract as low as possible, to make your assignment contracts not $5,000, but $50,000, right? Are you learning all the techniques that goes into that? Now, I hired a coach when I started my business. I sold my townhouse. I made $17,000 on it. It was the only money that I had. I had nothing. I had an okay job, but I literally had no money. I was a divorced dad of 2 kids. I sold my condo that I owned for 2 years. I moved my kids and myself into a crappy little 2-bedroom apartment. I took that $17,000 in equity. I took $6,000 and paid off some credit card debt. And then I took $5,000, bought it into a coaching program. That coaching program taught me everything I needed to know to wholesale my first deal in 90 days. And I did. I got a $5,000 check in my first deal in 90 days. That check paid for the wholesaling course within 90 days. And I went on to do 10 deals and 70 something thousand dollars that year. So I would not have achieved that if I didn't have coaching. That coaching may have allowed me to do a deal in 90 days, which if I tried to do it on my own, probably would have taken 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. And I don't know if I would have stayed that long. Probably would have run out of marketing money. And then I would have never had the great feeling of the power of belief. When you do your first deal, you're like, holy shit, this works. This is amazing. I could do this. Like, this isn't just something for other people. I can literally wholesale deals. Most of the people you see on Facebook and in these groups and everything else, they don't know what that's like. They act like they do, but believe me, they don't know what it's like. And guys, I didn't just wake up one day and do, almost 8 figures in gross revenue and 400 plus, deals and open up all these 7-figure markets. I've done it because I've taken a lot of my revenue and profits and reinvested it into myself with personal development and into my business and into my sales guys. Like, I've been paying for ongoing coaching still to this day. In fact, that I've spent well over a few $100,000 since 2017 on coaching. I have 3 coaches right now. 3. One teaching me how to be the best coach I can be for my coaching business. Another one that teaches me how to run my businesses at a high level at CEO. And another one that's a CFO, so I can run my businesses as financially responsible and fiscally as responsible as possible. I don't just talk about this stuff. I am this stuff. I live this stuff. You want to be great, you got to find great coaches. Whether you like him or not, Tom Brady was not a great quarterback without a great coach. He became a great quarterback in time and probably didn't need a great coach in time. But it was great coaching that took him from a nobody football player in college to one of the greats. Now, obviously, he put in a lot of work. He studied, right? But the coaches gave him the tools for him to learn and practice. Learn and practice. Learn and practice. And just like anything else, that works. And another thing is, we all have blind spots. We think we know everything. Believe me, there's so much we think we know that we don't know. But you don't know it yet. But a coach does. And they can really shorten that timeline of success and really catapult you to great revenue. I highly, highly recommend coaching. 5. Oh, this might be the most important thing out of all of it. Taking action trumps everything. I'm not talking about Donald Trump. This isn't a political thing. I'm talking about taking action over everything else. Everybody's waiting to have the perfect time to get into wholesaling. Perfect numbers, the perfect deal. That shit don't happen. Unicorns are an imaginary creature, right? And I say that because the perfect deal, the perfect time, the perfect situation is a unicorn. It doesn't exist. It's always a great time to start in real estate. It's always a great time to go after a deal. Don't overanalyze, right? So a lot of people will say, I have to read more, I have to learn more, and then they never pull the plug. They spend 2-3 years learning about wholesaling, but never ever do anything that drives in revenue. Like, hi, I'm going to talk to a seller today on the telephone, or I'm going to go knock on a door, or I'm going to send out a marketing piece, whatever it is. They're too concerned about how the marketing piece is going to be. They're too concerned making sure that they have the right list. They're too concerned to make sure that their Facebook page looks great or their logo page looks good. That shit don't bring money. Take massive and perfect action. Even if you're in a coaching program, the coaches are going to teach you everything you need to do to get it right, but you have to take massive and perfect action. Feel forward. This business is very forgiving. It really is. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to F up. It's okay. I still do. And I've done it so many times I've lost track and lost count. But here I am, 400 plus deals, and I'm still making mistakes. But I take action. I feel forward. You got to just do it, guys. Don't let analysis paralysis be the reason why you never get into this business. All right? Be okay to feel. It's okay. We all get some bumps and bruises in life. You'll survive it, I promise. Number 6, why do sellers sell at a discount? I get asked all the time, you're telling me people sell their houses for 50, 60 cents on the dollar? I say, heck yeah, and sometimes even a lot less than that. I buy these houses in bunches every single month in multiple markets. And I know people all around the country that do the same, sometimes even at a greater volume than I do. So it happens all the time. Don't let this limited mindset keep you from doing what you want to do as a wholesaler. we all struggle with the beliefs, right? The power of beliefs, limited beliefs. You need to understand that people sell at a discount all the time. Realtors struggle with this. And if you're listening to this and you're a realtor, I apologize. I don't mean to offend you. But realtors can't wrap their head around that. Why would anybody sell their house at a discount? Everybody wants to sell the house for top dollar. Everybody's money motivated. And on some level, that may be true. But sometimes what's more important to money for these sellers is a solution to their problem. And it happens all the time. Listen, everybody's going to want to get as much money as they can. But if you can help them get the house sold in 2 weeks because they have to move, or you're going to buy a house and close on it with bad tenants in place, or the house is falling apart, or they are a hoarder and they don't want to show people in it because they're embarrassed and it has 17,000 dumpsters of stuff in there. Like, these people are motivated for you to solve their problem and get out of that situation. And if that means less money, they're okay with it. I promise you, they're okay with it. People sell at a discount all the time. Not everybody is motivated by money. And if they're motivated by money and they're looking for highest and best dollar, well, then they're not a fit for you. In wholesaling, we're deal finders. We're not deal makers. And because somebody's motivated, it doesn't mean they're the right fit. They may be motivated to sell for highest and best. They may not want to pay a real estate commission because it's too damn cheap. They want to squeeze out another $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 and not have to pay listing fees. So you just never know. But I'm telling you, it's like a conveyor belt. All day long, these houses in your neighborhood are coming out all the time, and they're distressed and they're looking to sell for a discount. Your job is to go find them. That's the hard part. You need to get really good at finding them, and you got to get really good at talking to them, and you got to get really good at providing a solution for their problem in exchange for buying the house at 50, 60 cents on the dollar, and sometimes less. All right, here we go. 7, getting to the list. This one is super important. This will prevent you from living life like this, or at least maybe not as high, maybe a little lower. That's marketing consistency. So a lot of things that happen in this industry when you're new is you start marketing, whether you have mailings, cold calling, text messaging, whatever your marketing channel is, and then you get a deal. You're like, wow, I got a deal. This is exciting. And this deal is a pain in the ass. The sellers are a pain in the ass. The buyers are a pain in the ass. The title company saying they need this, they need that, whatever it is. It's sucking up a lot of your time. And you're so focused on trying to close this deal because it's $20,000. And you should be. But what happens is when you focus all your time and attention on doing that and just forget about your marketing, the deal will finally close, hopefully, and doesn't fall through. And then you get your money, you're like, oh, whew, thank goodness. The deal closed. Got my $20,000. This is awesome. I am going to just go to Vegas and just blow it all. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You're going to go invest it back into your company. Take out your significant other or yourself. Celebrate your huge win, but put it back right into your business so you can turn that 20K to 100K. But what happens is if you stop your marketing, focusing all your attention on the disposition side of things, you've lost all your momentum. This business is all about momentum. What we do today, we reap the rewards 90 days down the road. That's generally how it works in this business. There's a 90-day lag effect. So you stop doing, marketing for like 2, 3, 4 weeks because you're trying to get this deal closed. It's going to take you another 90 days to generate momentum again to get the next deal. That happens a lot. That's why some people get one deal and they never get to a second and third deal because they've stopped marketing. So I am telling you, I don't care what it takes, make sure that every single day or week you have marketing in place. Now, if you're a cold caller, you still need to get on the phones 3 to 4 hours a day, every single day. Whether you're handling dispo or not, you still need to be looking on for those next deals. Because if you don't, you will have no next deal. If you're mailing, right, you need to make sure that your mailers go out every single week without fail. Whether you're doing work or not doing work, or you're working on dispo, or you're sleeping, whatever the case is, that has to be going out every single week. The more consistent your marketing is, the more successful you'll be. If you don't have consistent marketing in place, you will likely fail. All right, number 8, man, I am a big component of this, and this is about what it takes to truly be successful in this industry. And number 8 is self-discipline. Listen, if you want to be a successful wholesaler, I'm going to tell you right now, get ready to bust your ass and commit 1 year, a minimum of 1 year of doing everything and anything in your power and basically giving it everything you have, giving it all you got, everything it takes for 1 year to be successful in this business. It will take you 1 year, and this is under coaching, by the way. It's probably much longer if you're trying to do it yourself through YouTube University and other things, but under good coaching, it still takes a year. And if you can have the self-discipline to stay focused and put in that effort consistently every day, every week, every month for an entire year, you will build the foundation for something amazing. A foundation for something that is going to change your life forever. I'm serious. You're going to build something magical. But you can't build a house without a foundation, right? You can't build anything wonderful without the foundation. That first year, you are building a foundation. You may make some money. But you may not profit a lot of money because you're putting it back into your business to build the foundation of something great. Think long term. Don't think I just got 20K, I'm going to spend it like I just joked about, right? You want to put that back into the business so you can grow. And I'm not talking about scaling and hiring people. I'm talking about getting better and learning how to do more deals, bigger deals with less cancellations, right? That's the key to success right there. So you got to have self-discipline. So know what that means? It means you probably have to get up early and read some books, right? And learn self-development, right? And what skills can I learn to get better at being a wholesaler? It means that probably during lunch at work or after work, you're going to have to make phone calls. Whether you're tired, sick, or don't freaking feel like it, too freaking bad. You're going to have to do it. And guess what? You may want to watch a game on Sunday with your friends, or you may want to go to some leisure activity with your friends or family on Saturdays. You may want to go out and have drinks on Friday night. Too bad. You can't. You shouldn't. Occasionally you can, but really you need to be focusing on talking to sellers and going on appointments. That's how you make money in this industry. So if you're going to, drink all day on a Sunday and go watch football games for hours on end, well, your competition is going on appointments to help out sellers. They're going to get the deals and you're not. If you're not going to, if you're going to hit the snooze alarm every day and not get up and read a book on how to get better, then you're never going to get better. If you can't make phone calls during lunch rather than just shooting the shit with the guys or going to get some fast food, or you're tired after work, you want to go get a beer or just hang out, play video games, you can't do that and still be very successful in this business. You have to do your pure obligations, right? Whatever your income is to pay the bills, pay your bills. Whatever obligations you have to your wife, significant other, or family members, your children, that is first and foremost. All your leisure activities, sports, hobbies, all that stuff, throw that shit out the window, at least for the first year, maybe 2 years. How bad do you want this? Do you have self-discipline to do this, right? I've talked about in other videos that it's like running a marathon. Everybody's like, oh man, it'd be so cool to do a marathon, until they realize that you have to get up and freaking run every day, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether you're tired, whether you're sore, whether you're sick, whatever. You have to freaking get up and run your ass every goddamn day to be successful at running a marathon. You can't just get up and choose when to run every now and then figure you're going to, kick ass at a marathon. It doesn't work that way. Same with wholesaling, guys, right? Self-discipline. If you can have the self-discipline to commit to a year, I promise you guys, your life will friggin' change to ways you can't even fathom. It's just magical. Can you commit to a year? I think you can. All right, number 9, wrapping up this list really close, but this is really, really important. And honestly, it's boring ass shit that I don't like to do, but it's so important for your success, and you should start it as soon as you get going in this business, and that is KPIs. Number 9, KPIs, key performance indicators. Guys, you don't have to be experts at this. I am still not an expert at this. I am still learning how to get better at KPIs all these years later. All you really need to do is just keep basic KPIs, all right? What are your marketing channels? What lists, right? Keep track of the different lists. and how many calls are going out, how many mail pieces are going out, how many text messages are going out, how many responses are you getting, and then out of those responses, how many people are you talking to, right? How many appointments are you going on? How many offers are you sending out? How many offers are you getting accepted? How many offers are getting closed? How much does it cost you per deal? How much does it cost you per lead? How much revenue or how much assignment, what's the average assignment per deal, right? You want to keep track of these numbers because they will help you get better, because in time, you're going to realize, wow, I've been pulling this list off a prop stream and I'm not getting anything from it. I see these other two lists are kicking butt. I'm going to go and spend more money, more time, more effort on those lists, because after an extended period of time, this list isn't performing. And you constantly track that, because some lists will work for a while, then they don't. Some work all the time, some don't work at all, right? Some marketing channels work great in some areas, don't work great in other areas. Somebody may say, dude, you got a cold call, it's the best marketing channel. Well, then you go and cold call in your area and it sucks because you don't know. But KPIs will tell you. Couple notes. You should try to track everything for a minimum of 90 days. Again, I told you earlier about the lag effect. What we do today yield the results in 90 days. You know, it's typically going to tell you 90 days whether or not a marketing channel is going to work. Now, cold calling and mailing, those typically take longer. They can take to 6 to 9 months really to see if those marketing channels work. So patience is the key here, guys. I've been guilty of, cutting out of marketing channels too soon, only to realize that it was a mistake and to come back into them. So give it some time, let the dust settle, but monitor them weekly and monthly as much as you can. And honestly, I would have a VA start, one of your first hires as you get going is to have a VA overseas track your KPIs for you so you don't have to, and then they can send you a weekly report that you can monitor. And we talked earlier about marketing consistency. If you have a VA, have them just handle setting up all your marketing, pulling your list, so you don't have to worry about any of that, so you can spend your time talking to people, going on appointments, and providing solutions for sellers. All right, number 10, we are done. All right, and this is an important one, guys. It's probably why it's the last one. Honesty and transparency with sellers. Now, we all hear that in this industry, a lot of wholesalers give other wholesalers a bad name. It's like that in any business, right? It's like that in any aspects of life. But we don't want to be that kind of person, right? We, again, struggle when we get going in this business and have a limited belief, limited mindset that not only are sellers not going to sell us at a discount, but what if they realize I'm not actually the buyer, and then I'm going to sell this contract or sign this contract to somebody else and they're going to buy it? They're not going to want to do business with me. Not true. If it was true, nobody would be wholesaling. And people have been wholesaling for, decades now with great success. And I'm talking tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of houses every single year where people assign contracts all the time. So it's just a limited belief. But you want to be honest and transparent with the seller, because at the end of the day, guys, they don't care if it's your cash. They don't care who's closing on the property. All they care about, again, is can you fix their problem? Do you have a solution? Can you provide certainty that you're going to help them? If you can provide value and help them, that's all they care about. Right? Obviously, they want you to come through. They want to make sure the sale goes through. They want to get their money, but they need to make sure all of this, including all the value you're going to bring, whatever that help is, whatever solution for whatever problem that is, if you can provide that, that's what they sell houses for, 50, 60 cents on the dollar. And if you're going to do that, they don't give a shit who you're going to sell the house to. They don't care. A lot of times they just say, I don't care how much money you're going to make. Just make it happen for me. I don't care who's going to close on the property, how much money you're going to make. Just follow through and get this deal done for me. Because all they can think about is themselves. They're not thinking about you. I promise you. So, don't be afraid to just be honest. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm putting this house under contract. I am going to assign the rights of this contract to other investors in the area. I may have to have them come and look at this house to do their own due diligence. But, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, all these solutions that I told you, this value that I'm going to bring you, I promise you, I'm going to do that. But how I make my money is by providing you this value and taking your contract and selling it to them for some cash. That's how I make my living. right? And they're going to say, okay, that's fine, whatever we got to do. They love it because it shows you're hustling to get the deal done for them. You're trying to help them. Believe me, it's much more of a benefit. Don't be afraid to say that you are wholesaling the house or signing it. Matter of fact, they probably don't even know what it means, but just be honest. I'm going to sell this contract to somebody else. I'm going to partner up with somebody else in the area. It's okay. Don't be the person that does it and doesn't tell anybody or try to sneak around it, right? If you lie and don't come from a place of honesty and transparency, your reputation will be of such and it will come back to haunt you. In this business, we are truth seekers and truth tellers. So we tell the truth on everything we're doing. We're also truth seekers because we're trying to figure out the truth in what they have going on so we can better help them with the solution to their problem. So those are the 10 things every newbie wholesaler should know when starting out their wholesaling business. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Listen, if you guys need help getting better at acquiring off-market deals, well, then I would recommend that you click on the link below. But I'm going to be honest, that link is a sales funnel. It's meant to sell you something. But if you guys need help, click on the link. There's some great resources there on how I can help you do more deals, bigger deals with less cancellation so you can be the best wholesaler or off-market acquisition person you can be. And if that doesn't work for you, no worries. Thanks for watching the video this far. I ask you to like this video so you will get notified of other videos, right? And this will help other people get notified of my videos so I can provide more value, because that's what I'm doing here. I'm giving you guys value for free. And if you feel like this was a lot of great value, then subscribe to my channel so you can see all my other videos that I'm doing now and the ones in the future and all of it, right? That's what we want. I could use the love, the support. It helps me get my name out there to provide value to you and others looking to be great in this industry. See you guys in the next video.